Okay, hi everybody, my name is Bryan Quarrie, and in this video I'm going to demonstrate how to produce a track using the keyboard in front of me, which is the Yamaha Montage. Yeah, it's a good look at it. And I've had this keyboard for I think the last couple of years, 3 years in fact I'd say. No? 2 years, okay, yeah, 2 years. So most of the time when I perform using this keyboard, it's mainly just solo performances and that sort of thing. And the reason for that is because my previous keyboard, which is the Motif XS7, which is out of the shop, but I've still got it here. I produced a lot of backing tracks on it, and the reason why I managed to do so many is because the Motif XS has an amazing sequencer on it. I've used it ever since it first came out back in 2007, or was it 2009? No, I think it's 2007. And I've still got it. I have on numerous occasions tried to sell it, but I just couldn't. You know, it's such a classic machine. Anyway, so here we go. On this keyboard here, I'm going to produce a track. Let's go. Okay, so the Montage keyboard is based around a modeless design. What that means is that there isn't a song mode, there isn't a sequencer mode, there isn't a, well actually no, to tell a lie, there is a sequencer mode on it, but there isn't a performance mode in which you can overlay loads of tracks. Neither is there an individual sound mode. So everything is composed on the screen. So there's no, well, there's hardly any mode switching anyway. It is only since the third firmware update that came out, I think about 2 years ago, that is when Yamaha decided to incorporate, or more like expand upon, the sequencer mode by putting in the pattern sequencer, which is what I'm going to be using today. So if I go to category search, and I am going to call up a program called init. Now what init does is that it initializes all of the 16 tracks that the sequencer uses. So I'm going to start off with this one. Now remember, at the very beginning I did say that I'm going to produce a song that's very simple, uses only 4 chords or something, and the song structure only has 3 phases, A, B, and C. So you got verse, chorus, and maybe a middle 8 or something. So back to the keyboard. Okay, so once I've called up this this initialization or initialized pattern, I will then start to call up my sounds. So the first sound I'm going to call up, I'll just highlight the track that I'm going to change. The first sound I'm going to call up is a electric piano sound, like Rhodes Gallery or something. But before I do that, there's a few other things I need to do. So I need to switch this to single mode so that all of the sounds I call up occupy only a single track. One thing that I forgot to mention about this particular keyboard compared to the Motif is that a single sound can occupy several tracks, or several parts as it were. So you could have this really extraordinarily rich electric piano sound that not just occupies track 1, but it occupies all the way up to track 5 on some sounds. So I'm going to see what this sounds like. 74 phase. Now this is one of the sounds that that was carried over from the Motif XS, which was also carried over from the Motif ES. Okay. I like that, I really do. But I won't be using it in the first section. So what I'm going to do is that for the first section, I'm going to be using a piano sound something like this. Sorry. Something like that, you know. Okay, now that I got the basic idea, that little chord sequence is something that I'm actually going to be using in this track, and already I'm inspired by it. So let's hear it again. Okay, now that sequence now forms the basis of our song. So now we go into Playrec, which is our pattern editor. Sorry, my mistake. Playrec is the old sequencer. Then I go into the pattern editor, which it's already there. Now I'm going to determine how long each section is going to be. So if I click on length, we got eight bars per section. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, and it goes on. I think for this particular song, I think 8 is a bit too long, so I'm going to reduce it down to 4. So now each section is 4 bars long. What I'm doing now is that I'm going to, okay. I'm going to call up the click settings so that I could hear a click when I either play or record. So I'm just going to check for the click. Oops, hang on. All right, let's try. Right, okay. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Okay, if you want to create a new pattern, you've got to go to the very last pattern on the list. With this keyboard, you can also store patterns on the keyboard without storing it on an external media like USB, etc. But of course, when it comes to updating the firmware, you need to back all of that stuff up. As you can see, I've got a lot of sequences that I've stored on the keyboard. Come on. Right, I think this one is the last one, so I'm going to be using this one. Another thing to bear in mind also is that when you change a pattern without storing your called up sounds, it's going to lose everything, so keep that in mind. But thankfully, this has specified 4 beats in a 4 bars in a sequence in a pattern, so that's fine. If I go to click settings, I'm just making sure the click is on record and play, which it is, which is great. Just going to play just to check. There we go, just heard the click. Right, now another thing that you can do on this is that you could also do a tap tempo. So if you go to click settings and tap the tempo here, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and when you play it back, hang on, let's get out of this screen. Okay, now the beats are actually occurring at I think it's either 16th or 8 beat intervals. So instead of it doing da, 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 it's doing half beats as well. So it's da, 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 you know, which is okay for what I'm going to be doing. Right. So by default, it has all of these other tracks. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete whatever's on these. Delete that part as well, and this part. Okay. I could also change the name of the performance as well if I want to, but I can't do it on this screen. Right, okay. So if I click category search on here, and then pull up my sound, which is this one, I'm going to turn off the arpeggiator because sometimes when the arpeggiator's on, it does all sorts of weird things. And if I get out of that, and I've also got to save the settings on here as well for the sounds that I called up. So if I click edit, I'm going to rename that into something a bit more meaningful, like I'm going to call it Today's the Day. Oops. This touchscreen can be a bit oversensitive sometimes. And then if I click store, and I'm going to click on store as new performance, done. Right, now we can start setting up our songs, our sounds. So remember this chord? Yeah, so that's the chord sequence that I'm going to record into the sequencer right now. Right, so let's do it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, let's do that again. That wasn't quite what I had in mind. Let's put it on replace. 2, 3, 4. That's better. Another thing I like about the Montage since version 3 of the firmware is that as it's recording, you can also put the record function in a special mode. It's almost like a standby mode. And what this does is that it allows you to go to other tracks and call up different sounds on each track, such as this one here. I'm going to call up a bass. That's not a bass. Synth bass. I'm going to change that because that sounds a bit too full on. So let's carry on looking at the synth basses. Okay, that's this is the sound that I'm going to use. So I'm going to record it. So let's highlight the bass track. This bass sound is called Lately Bass. I'm assuming it's probably from or inspired by an old 1980s soul song or something. And yeah, let's let's put it in. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, sorry. Okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Another thing that you can do is that you can also quantize each part. So first of all, I'm going to quantize the bass because it's the easiest part to quantize. So if I go to, I think it's edit, is it edit? No, it's not edit, let's go back. If we go to the pattern mode, well, we are in pattern mode. I got edit and job. Okay. Then we click on track, or is it note? Okay, and we're now on the quantize page, and the quantize gives us a whole load of options, ranging from what sort of note value you're going to quantize to the range of where you want the quantize to be applied, and also the strength of the quantization as well. So I'm going to quantize it to semi-quaver note values, and actually yeah semi-quavers, and I'm making sure that I'm going to quantize this. Oh, hang on a second. Oh, that was close. I had the wrong track selected. Dearie me. Okay, so that bass sound is on track 2. And here I'm going to specify the range from measure number 1 to the end of measure 4. I might as well call it measure number 5. It's just going to jump past that anyway. Execute. All right. Now let's hear the bass sound in isolation. That's better. Something tells me that that wasn't the type of quantize I had in mind. Okay, so if I go back on it, go to edit job, and this time I'm going to change the quantize value to semi note, quaver value. So it's like basically that's 1/60th of a beat if you're fluent in Yamaha terminology. Okay, let's execute it again. All right, let's hear it. Nah, I think I'll go back to what I had it. I mean, the way that I had it before. So if it goes to edit job, quantize it to semi-quavers, and execute. Let's hear it one more time. Sorry about the background noise, there's a lot of traffic behind me, so here we go. Yeah, that sounds perfect. And if I call back up the other part as well. Ooh, I'm not so happy about that. So I'm now going to quantize the piano part. And again, I'm using semi-quaver note values. Execute. Of course, it doesn't have to be bang on the beat. actually, that sounds really good. Now, one thing I better inform you guys about, when it comes to quantizing on a Yamaha based hardware sequencer like the one here on the Motive, sometimes it gets it right first time, other times it doesn't, you know. So when that sort of thing happens, of course you can change the strength of the quantized value, or you know, or you could just do without quantizing at all if you want the piano part to be, you know, to be 100% human in the way that it sounds. Anyway, let's go back to the keyboard. Okay, so we've got our piano section and we've also got our bass. Okay, now for the verse, I'm going to put in a little melody, shall we? So I'm going to add a third part. Now on this part, let's see what sort of melodic sound that's worth using. Let's try something from the woodwind family. Nah, not quite turned on by that one. I like some of these synth sounds because, I mean, it's quite obvious that they're not supposed to sound like real instruments, but they've got this really authentic synthy slash acoustic sort of feel to them. Let's try some of the more acoustic ones. Oh, sorry, that's a saxophone. Maybe not. How about a soft soprano sax? Now, bearing in mind that when you're playing a saxophone part, there's no such thing as a modulated or pitch bend saxophone. Let's hear how that sounds. Let's try again. I like that. The only problem is that the melody is it sounds more like I wouldn't call it a counter melody, but something that is to be played in the background or something, you know, like a background element. But I suppose at the end of the day, it depends on what sort of approach you're going to take when it comes to recording this sequence from a songwriter's point of view. And I'm not really a songwriter, I'm just someone who loves producing tracks. So what I'm going to do is that instead of jumping right in with a melody part, I'm going to add some background elements and see how that takes me. So yeah, let's see what we end up with. Here we go. Okay, so that saxophone part I'm actually going to keep because I like that. In fact, you know what? I'm going to add it. So here we go. Okay, all right. Now, because this is supposed to sound like a human playing it. I'm not going to add any form of quantization at all. So here we go. 1, 2. Actually, wrong octave. let's try again. One will go. What I'm trying to do there is that when it comes to doing the trills, because normally on an ordinary saxophone you can only hear one note at a time, so it's like, instead of, you know what I mean, that sounds horrible anyway. So let's try one more time. One more time. That's much better. Okay, now in order to push this in the background, I'm going to lower down the volume of this saxophone track, and while it's playing I'll go into the mixing page and add some more reverb to it. And I think I might adjust the volume for the bass as well. Maybe for the piano even? That's much better. Yeah, I really do like that. Now, another background element that I'm going to add, and by the way, when you're on the mixing page, you can also add parts from this page as well. I'm going to put like some kind of pad sound or something. So if I go to strings, synth strings, let's see what this sounds like. I'm just going to mess about with some of these sounds. What I'm after is something that has animated elements to it, so I'm going to go into musical effects. Nope. Nope. I like this sound, but it's a bit too in your face. Nope. No. Definitely not. Oh no. Definitely not. Nope. Nope. Ooh. I like this sound, but what I'm going to do is that I'm going to push it back in the background. Let's get out of this page. Okay, now there's quite a lot of harmonics in this sound, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dull the tone a bit. That's better. Maybe dull a bit more. I like those effects. Okay, let's just play it back. I like it, but again, it's those harmonics which are getting in the way somehow. Okay, let's see what other sounds are there before I decide to come back to it. Nope. Nope. No. Nah, not into that. Now this sounds interesting by itself. I don't think it would actually fit this song. Likewise. Ooh. Ooh, I like this. That could work. Okay. Yeah, let's see how this fits. Now the only problem with this is that at the very beginning, it sounded really bright. It sounded really bright at the beginning, so I've adjusted the cutoff frequency on there, and I'm going to play back again. 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. That could work, and of course I would quantize that as well. When you quantize a sound that has animated bits like motion effects and so on, it doesn't actually quantize those animated bits. It only quantizes the notes that you play. So those animated parts, they follow the same tempo as the song, but they don't follow the way that it's being quantized, if that makes any sense. You'll see what I'm talking about a bit later. So yeah, let's get back. So right now I'm going to quantize this part. So I'm going to edit job, and then yeah, everything's all set. Execute. There we go. Let's play it again. I like it very much actually. Okay, I think it needs to be turned down a bit. That's better. I really do like that. Now before I carry on, I'm going to store this. So I store it. The song's called Today's the Day. And just in case, I would also store it on this page as well. This is sounding really nice. Now bearing in mind that it's been ages since the last time I created a track. Okay, now I am now going to go to track number 10, which is our drums track. But I don't think this is the right drum kit for a song like this. So if I go to drums, where's my drums? Drum perk. And it's more like it's an R&B sort of song. But for some reason, oh, okay, let's do a random search. Nah, we need something a bit softer. I think it's a... I like this, it's just that the kick drum might get in the way of the bass sound. Trap kit. We're getting close. That rim shot sounds a bit aggressive. Nah. No, all of these sound very aggressive sounding. Ooh. I like this. The only problem is that the effects that are going on in the background, they may get in the way, so I'm going to make some modifications to this part. So if we go to effects, and you'll see that there is a tempo cross delay activated, so I'm going to turn it off. Here we go. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that. Let's store before anything else happens. And oh, hold on, what's going on? It seems like the effects have come back on again. Strange. I hope this works now. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely gone. Right then. When it comes to programming drum parts, I tend to do it kit by, well, instrument by instrument. So I got the kicks first, and then the rim tap, and then the hi-hats, and then all of those other instruments, which you would normally think about later, a bit later. Right then, it's time to program our drum pattern. Here we go. Okay, so right now I'm going to program it, press record, and now with any percussive parts, I tend to automatically quantize as I go along without stopping. Okay. Now I've put it in standby mode, so while that is going on, I could experiment with other sounds without it recording. Okay, let's record. There we go. I like it. Now, where's my cymbals at? Oh. Okay. Now I've just found out that with this sound, it's one of those unusual percussion sets in that each key does not necessarily correspond to a drum sound as determined by the GM specification, general MIDI. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to select another part, or another track if you like, and I'm going to use the more realistic drum kit sounds on this one for my crash cymbals and other instruments, because the kick drum and the rim tap have already been recorded on the track previous to this one. So let's hear how it sounds. I'm just gonna bring up the crash cymbal. Here we go. 3, 4. You're in standby mode. Yeah. Are there any other instruments I could use? I like that. Boom. Yeah. triangles. Record. There we go. Okay, let's just pause for a moment. Right, okay, so that part that I just recorded, you could say this is our main chorus part. Okay, so the next thing that I need to do now is to think of an idea for a verse. Okay, so let's get back to the keyboard. Okay, so now that we've got our chorus in place, I'm gonna store. Okay, now since firmware 3.5, or more like firmware 3.0, the pattern sequencer on this keyboard, which was added, also gives you 8 sections to mess about with. So you could have a song that could have 8 sections maximum, but each section can be as short as a single measure or as long as 255 measures, which is really, really long. In other words, you could have it like the length of a song if you really wanted to, just for that section. So in order to create a new section, I go to let me see, this is pattern mode, right? So if we go to where it says scene, right, I could change that, press 2 on this panel over here. These are scene buttons. Outside of the pattern mode, what the scenes do is that they record global keyboard settings regarding certain sounds, or well, more like regarding, you know, every sound. And you'll see this knob right in front of me. Yamaha call it the super knob. What this knob does is that depending on the sound, it does all sorts of weird and wonderful things to that sound. But in the context of this session, I'm not going to use that because it can get complicated. Anyhow, this is pattern number 2, our A section. Sorry, B section more like. Or is it A? Whichever is the verse. So if we go to the beginning, once again, this verse has 4 bars. So if you play, there should be nothing in there. Okay, good. So once again, I go back to our piano part. And before I do anything at all, I'm just going to work out the chords for it. Let's play that again. I'm just messing about with chords. Okay, right, I'm going to see what I can do with that. This particular section, I think that also has 4 bars, didn't I say that? Okay, let's try. I'm just going to see if it fits. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it doesn't. So I'm going to double the length of this section, and I'm going to start recording. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3. Oh, hang on, just make sure there's no auto quantize. Here we go. Because sometimes, even without using the quantize, I might come across an idea that sounds perfect. Whoops. No. It's all going wrong now. Okay, now let's try again. I made a mistake. Let's try again. Now, I'm not quite sure whether that was intended, but it sounds all right. Yeah, that could work. Store. So as you can see on the left panel, scene number 1 is, well, scene more like pattern number 1 is half dimmed. What that means is that there's something stored on it. So if I chord it up again and played it back, and then we go to the verse. Okay, now I'm going to copy the drum section from the first section. I mean the drum part from the first section. So if we go to scene number 1, and then we highlight the drum section, we click on copy, and I'm now going to copy part 1. Oh, hang on a second. Nope, that isn't what I should be doing. If I go to edit job and then I go to track, and I'm going to copy track from track 10 scene 1 to track 10 scene 2. This is what will happen. So I check scene 2, copy track, and also do the same thing for track 11, which is where the other percussions come in as well. Copy track. Right, so that if we go back to scene 2, this is what should happen. Whoops, okay. That's better. Okay, now with these scenes, with these patterns, if you like, you could repeat the same pattern, but for every loop that you play through, you could add more elements into it, which is what I'm going to be doing right here. So just imagine that this verse, well, actually looking at it now, the verse actually has 16 bars. The first 8 bars is what we've just heard. But as it loops, I'm going to add in some more background elements so that when it comes to the end of that loop, it will go to the next section, which will probably be the middle 8 or something. Back to the keyboard. Okay, so now I am going to add a pad sound for this section. So let's see, what pad shall I add? I think I'll probably add like yeah, strings, synth strings. There's a sound called Morn Strings. Now there's quite a lot of harmonics on that one, so I'm going to dull this one as well. That's better. Okay, so let's hear how this sounds. In fact, yeah, I'm going to play it through before I record. 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm now going to record this part, but I'm not going to play the root, well, the bass of the chords that I was playing. So I'm just going to play just the chords with my right hand. Okay, and as usual, because this is a background element, I'm going to lower the volume on this one. Okay, and let's add a bass in there as well. Something like that. I'm just going to play it through before I record as usual. Okay, yeah, just something like that. Let's add automatic quantize, and this is what we'll end up with. Nope, let's try again. Oh, one thing I forgot to well, another thing that I forgot to mention about this sequencer, unfortunately you can't do micro editing, so every time I make a single mistake I have to record again. You see what I mean? Ah, 2, 2, 3. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, something like that. Okay. Turn off the bass. So the verse goes like this. I know there's a few mistakes in the piano part, but when I upload this into Cubase, I'm going to start micro editing it from my computer. So far so good. And then okay, right, store. Okay, right, now is the time for me to think about the middle eight. This is where it gets interesting because we need to divert from what we have recorded so far. One of the pitfalls about recording in a loop fashion is that sometimes we as musicians can get stuck in a loop, and that's not a nice place to be in, to be honest with you, because when that happens you just go on and on and on and on, getting into the groove, but you're not really getting anywhere, you know, as far as creating the song is concerned. All right, so now we're going to think about how I'm going to create a middle eight. Here we go. Okay, once again, I'm going to create a new scene. So I've already saved everything, which is great. Let's click on scene number 3, and just like before, I'm going to increase it to let's see. I'm going to increase it to 16, and there's a reason for that, because with middle 8 sections, it's going to sound different to the whole song, and then somehow you're going to have to take it back to the chorus. So let's mess about with some chords. So the chords are going to be like, yeah. Let's do it again. So okay, I like to practice that one more time because I love that groove. Here we go. Okay, yeah, I got the gist of it, so I'm now going to record it. Here we go. 3, 4. Let's try again. Yeah, might as well have it on record. Actually, you know what? Take off the quantize. Hang on, did it record it? Oh, I think I know what happened there. Right, I need to shorten the length down to 8. Oh no! Oh man. Okay, I think what has happened there is that as I change the length of the pattern, it in real time deleted everything that I played after measure number 2. Mad, isn't it? Okay, so that means that I'm gonna have to record it again. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's do it anyway. Whoa, hang on. Okay. Whoa, what happened there? That's a bit weird. Ah, the expression pedal was down. Oh, hang on. Wait. Hey, I think I've got everything back now. Marvelous. Okay, right. Now I'm going to add a bass to that. So okay, all right, let's record that. Whoops. Yeah, that will do. Okay, right, was that actually quantized? Right, no, it wasn't. Okay, so I'm not going to quantize that. Okay, quantize, note, quantize, okay. Okay, now I think I'll quantize the piano part as well. Quantize the heck out of it. Okay, and I'm going to, yeah, do the same thing there as well. Let's hear how that sounds. Yeah, tight, man. Yeah, I really do like the sound of it. But what I'm going to try and do is I wonder if there is a way of removing certain notes in a sequence. So if I go to yeah, I highlight that, go to edit job, and if I go to note, yeah, it's on note. Right now you can't do that. You can't remove certain notes. Like for instance, that bass note that I recorded there. I wasn't intending to do that, but you know something, I might just do that again. Okay, let's highlight the piano part. Now here we've got the added help or advantage, if you like, of the bass. So let's do this. Might as well record quantize as well. That sounds horrible, actually. Let's try again. That's better. Right, okay, I need to re-record the bit where I put my foot, I took my foot off the sustain pedal. So here, instead of choosing replace, I'm going to choose overdub. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa, hang on. Let's try that again. Undo media record. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, that should do it. That's much better. Okay, and I'm now going to bring back the drums from the previous parts. So I go to part number 10, and then I go to edit job, and yeah, it's already highlighted. So I'm copying 10 to scene 3. Oops, hang on. And scene 3, copy track, and the same thing with 11 as well, copy track. Okay, so here we are. I mean, let's play. Yeah. Okay, and I'm also going to bring some those synth stabs from the intro. So if I go to track number 4, yeah, I like that, I like that, I like that. Let's record that in there, and yeah, quantize. 2, 3, 4. Okay, I like that, and I'm going to add that pad sound. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay. Let's Okay, let's store. All right, brilliant. Okay, now I've just noticed the length of time it took just to do that track. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to, here we go. I'm going to stop here for now because it took a very long time. But this is not the end of the track by any means. You know, this is just a rough outline of it, and that took a very long time, believe you me. Like I said before, and I'll say it again, it's been a long time since I've done any previous tracks. So when you're trying to get out of a rut like that, sometimes it can be very difficult putting something very simple together, especially when you're actually recording yourself as well, you know. So yeah. So I'm now going to play back what we have so far, and as I'm playing, I'm going to mute certain parts so that you get an idea as to when the verse comes in after the main chorus and so on. So yeah, we'll give it a go. Here we go. Let's see how this goes. Okay, I'm now going to shut up and just play the track. Here we go. Hang on, let me just try that again. I think I forgot something. Let's start from the beginning. So there you have it. That is a rough layout of the track that I produced today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy the processes, the editing, and all of that stuff. I hope you found that inspiring. It inspired me as well, and it's been ages. You know, I need to produce some more stuff, to be honest. It's been a very, very long time. Right then, I'm going to wrap it up right now. The time is 1 hour and 30 minutes of recording time. I might edit this a bit later on. And yeah, this is it then. So thank you very much for bearing me right to the end. This was Bryan Quarrie signing off, and have a good one.